I'm Kevin O'Hara for Alcohol Mastery, and today I'm going to be talking about who's to blame for your drinking. So basically we're completely in charge of designing our own life, we're the architect of our own life. And we do that by making the choices that we make in the moment. And sometimes we look at those choices and we don't really like the choices that we've made, or we don't like the result. At this point in time, you've got a decision to make. You can either look outside, look around you, and see if you can think of something or somebody outside of yourself that's basically caused all your problems. Or you can look inwards for the culprit. You can start to look at yourself, and once you start realizing that you're the culprit, you're the one, then you're going to start having the best years of your life. That's when your destiny truly and really becomes part of your own making. You've got your destiny in your own hands. You really have got to take personal responsibility for your own drinking. Once you start going down the blame game route, you start saying, well, I'm blaming my parents. It's my parents' fault. They raised me up in a country where it was drinking, Blame the country. You blame your little brother because he was such a little bastard. Once you start doing that, then you're starting to deflect the blame away from yourself. You're also playing the blame game when you're saying, well, it's all right for you. It's all right for you because you were brought up better than me, or it's all right for you because you have more money than me, or it's all right for you because you weren't brought up in the same culture as me. There's so many different whatever. It's all right for you. Insert your own thing there. Another thing you can't blame is the alcohol. The alcohol is just an inert substance. It can do nothing to you unless and until you pick it up, put it in your mouth and swallow it down. It's the same thing as a kitchen knife. Will just sit there on the counter rotting forever until somebody picks it up and does something with it. It can't jump up and stab you in the heart all of its own accord. But you can do that to yourself. You can pick it up and shove it into your heart. And it's basically the same thing what you're doing with alcohol. It's just that you're doing it over a much, much longer period of time. If you take out a bottle of scotch, take the cap off the top of the bottle of scotch, and you leave it there on top of a countertop or a tabletop or on the floor, it'll basically stay there until it evaporates into thin air. It won't do anything. It won't, go out for a packet of sausages. It'll stay where it is, exactly where it is. It can't go anywhere. It can't do anything. It has no life of its own. You have to physically pick it up and pour it into yourself before it can do anything to you. People even blame the alcohol for getting them drunk. It's not the alcohol that's getting you drunk. It's your body's reaction to it. If you put alcohol into a dead person, it doesn't do anything. It might preserve them. It's probably the best use of alcohol out of everything is just preservation. But it's the natural biological process that goes on when you put alcohol into your body. The alcohol gets into your bloodstream, it goes up to your brain, it goes into your liver, it goes wherever, and it interacts with your natural chemical processes that are going on. That's what's making you drunk. It's all them alarm bells going off inside your body. It's the toxic event. What's happening inside your body is basically the the biological version of action stations. Your body is just going mad. It's like, what's happening here? We're being invaded by this toxin. You keep pouring it in. And the more you do it, the more the habit grows. Your body has to adjust to this, and it starts to see the alcohol as being a normal thing. You know, this is going to be happening all the time, so it starts to adjust itself up. And that adjustment means that you're getting addicted to it. It means that you need more and more and more all the time to get the same toxic buzz that you were getting in the first place. I mean, when you think about it, it's physically impossible for you to become an alcoholic if you don't put it inside yourself. I mean, it's physically possible that somebody can capture you and tie you up in a room and force alcohol down you for years on end, and then you'll become an alcoholic. But it's not very realistic now, is it, you know? The thing is with quitting drinking is just to stop looking for reasons why you can't do it, you know, instead of look at all the things, all the reasons around you why you should do it, you know. It's the same with any part of your life. It's looking at things, looking at reasons why you can do something, why you want to be able to do something. Do you know, it's like at the end of the day, we all do the same thing. Moments in our lives when we all try and look for the easy way out, we all sort of blame something, blame somebody. We all find excuses and reasons why we can't do something. You know, we all have that thing in our lives. That's just a fact of it. But it doesn't lead us anywhere. It doesn't get us anywhere. So, you know, really we have to look at what we've got. Look at what we were born with, the gifts that we were given. There's always somebody that is worse off than you. There's always somebody that's got more than you. There's always somebody that's got more money than you, bigger car than you want, bigger house than you want. But there's always people that have got so much less. You know, I remember growing up and watching the Live Aid gigs and seeing all those images on the TV of with Bob Geldof and all that crew. Seeing all the images of the kids in Africa starving, skinny and just horrible. You know, and you see the same thing around you now. It's just everywhere. There's people around that are far worse off than we are in the West. You know, and they're probably not bitching and moaning half as much as we are, you know. I'll actually put a video up on the website of this guy with no arms and legs. And I tell you, it's one of the most inspiring videos I've ever seen. This guy was born with, you know, he's got literally no arms at all. And he's got one stump, I think, for a leg. And just have a look at it. It's a very inspiring video. If you're not inspired and if you're not moved emotionally by this video, I tell you, you're a hard bastard, you know. Hard bastard. You know, where have I made excuses in my own life? I've made every excuse there is in the book to go out drinking. You know, like I've blamed everything and everybody around me just to make excuses for my own drinking, you know. To get out to the pub or to make excuses for sitting there drinking 6 cans in a night. You know, man, all seemed logical at the time, but you know, when you look back in retrospect, you know, it's all madness, pure madness. You know, the thing is, if you take anything away from this video, is that if you're going to continue to drink, then at least take responsibility for it. You know, don't blame anyone else. You know, stand up and say, well, I drink and it's because I want to drink or whatever. Just take the responsibility for it. My name's Kevin O'Hara for Alcohol Mastery. Onwards and upwards.